Hi everyone, it's another Stampin' Sunday with Amy Rich from amyrich.stampinup.net. Today I'm going to just show you how I did this background for my daisy on this beautiful card. So let's get started. I started out with a piece of gray granite cardstock measuring 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I ran it through my embossing and die cutting machine using our new hammered metal embossing folder. And that's what it looks like. It looks really great on metallic papers, but I think it looks pretty neat on gray granite as well. And just to get this part out of the way, we're going to take our piece of terracotta cardstock, which starts out as 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I folded that in half for my card. And then our hammered metal background will go on top of that. We're going to set that aside for now and get started on this beautiful Mercury glass. Allow me to grab a piece of scratch paper here because this is going to get a little bit messy. I'm going to start out with the Shimmery Crystal Effects, which is now found in our Holiday Catalog 2019. Then I'm going to get out my palette knives, or at least one of them, so that I'll be able to move that Shimmery Crystal Effects around a little bit. So we're going to liberally squeeze our crystal effects on our Mercury glass. It's got a little bit of glitter in it, so it will shimmer and shine. Whether or not you can see that on camera, I'm not sure, but we'll just then make sure it gets kind of over the whole piece using our palette knife. And remember, you'll probably want to clean off your palette knife within, 5 minutes probably, so it doesn't dry on there. And then we're going to take our terracotta tile ink refill, and we're just going to drip some drops onto my background. And then using our palette knife again, we can kind of get that all mixed up. And it doesn't matter if it's even. We just want that mixed in. All right, then we take a piece of tissue paper, crumple that up, and then open it up and lay it on top. And then just kind of push it on. It will be messy. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to get fingers messy. It's okay, but just get it all smoothed out over the back of that Mercury glass. It's okay if it's got folds and creases in it. It's kind of the look we're going for. I've done this using regular window sheets, and then I thought, well, why not try it on the Mercury glass as well? And I thought it ended up to be kind of a cool look. So then you'll want to make sure to take that off of there so that it doesn't totally stick down on there, and it takes quite a long time to dry. So I'm going to set that aside, and through the magic of television, here's what we have. So what I did was I allowed it to dry, and then I trimmed off the tissue paper that is hanging over the edge, and this is what we have left. So now I might suggest, when you're attaching that to a piece of 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 terracotta tile cardstock, you put the adhesive on the terracotta tile so that you don't goof up the tissue paper on the back, because even though it dries, it's not like completely dry. You can, I don't know, you'll know what I mean when you do it. But here's what you get when you attach that then to the terracotta tile. And it's maybe a little bit hard to see, but on the background you can see the peaks of terracotta tile ink with the shimmer from the Shimmery Crystal Effects. It's a really cool look, trust me. All right, then we're going to attach that onto our card background using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So we'll put that a little bit closer to the top so that the 3 sides have about the same size border. Then in advance, I took the Daisy Delight stamp set, stamped a couple of the flowers, And it's terracotta, ink on terracotta cardstock. Say that fast 3 times. And then remember, you want 2 of those in order to make 1 flower. So then you offset the petals. And then that's ready to go on. But we also want some leaves. We're going to take the leaf punch and punch out a couple of these out of Mossy Meadow cardstock. We'll just put a little adhesive on the back and lay them where we think we're going to want them. And then check it. Yep, looks good. So I'll attach. You can attach this either with regular adhesive, or you can do Stampin' Dimensionals as well. You can choose. And then the final touch is one of the largest clear faceted gems, which you can find in our annual catalog. And look at that card. Isn't that cool? I was going to add a saying or a message or a sentiment on the bottom and decided I didn't want to ruin the card. Not that a sentiment would ruin it, but I didn't want a stark white on there, so I just decided to leave that. And then you could put a piece of gray granite in the middle and dress up the center as well. So that's just a cool technique that you can try with your Mercury glass. Hope you enjoyed this project today. See you next time.